Hey, everybody, this is Sorry I Didn't Come With a Filter podcast with Vasilis and the YouTube channel, Vasilis Didn't Come With a Filter channel. So today's topics are going to be the fantasy football, fantasy hockey picks. I'm going to go over the recap of the Thursday Nighter, the MLB baseball game, which was a little bit controversial on that end, and I got hockey games that I'm going to catch you up on, my takes on all the hockey last night. I got EPL predictions coming up. I'm going to give you all my predictions. Tonight is a game night for Canucks hockey, so I am wearing my Canuck gear. And tune in and watch and listen and from wherever you are. Everybody, this is your boy. I'm going to try this again from Sorry I Didn't Come With a Filter podcast and Vasilis Didn't Come With a Filter YouTube channel. I'm sorry about that. I just got muted on my mic, so that's what happened. So, again, last night, Dodgers won in controversial style, as everybody would say it. It was a controversial game. It was controversial at all ends. The way it ended, a check swing. Maybe that first base ump shouldn't be doing that. He shouldn't be even in the game or whatever. It was disappointing on how the game ended like that. But again, as a Dodgers fan, I was more than thrilled to watch the Dodgers win and go on to the championship series now. I can't wait to see them in the World Series. I want to see them win it again. So there we go. I'm going to be covering the EPL today. Hockey, game day hockey with, the Vancouver Canucks. So that's awesome. Fantastic. I love it. NFL picks. My fantasy sports picks will be up here too as well. So I'm probably going to try to do NHL this week. I'm going to see how I do on that. I do have about 7 fantasy picks through FanDuel right now. I've picked each starting quarterback as much as I could that I can see doing well today. So again, congrats to the Dodgers. Bellinger pulled her out like he does, and that's great. I love, Bellinger. Bellinger, he's such a great upbeat player, so I am going to be doing my picks while I'm doing this. Not going to even cross the path of that. There we go. So I'm just gonna 1, 2. I'm gonna do 3 for the NHL. So my center, I know I love picking Petey, so I'm gonna take Petey in my center. The second center, I'm probably gonna have to pick. Ooh, this is gonna be a tough one for me because there's so many good ones out there. But again, I am just going to go with Tyler Johnson from Chicago, who's facing New Jersey. My wingers, of course, I'm going to pick on the Canucks a little, so give me, due time on that. I'm going to say Connor Garland's going to have a good game tonight. Defense, Hughes. Of course, I'm going to pick my Canucks all the time. I love Hughes. Give me some Hughes. It is what it is. It's kind of crazy on how a lot of players are just out there right now, and it's amazing. Like, I sit here and I'll just kind of look through it all, but I am pretty sure I know who I have to pick in the games. I'm pretty darn sure I'm going to go look at the top again. I'm going to go Jamie Drysdale with Anaheim. Utilities. So here's my utilities. Oh, this is awesome. They switched it up for me. Of course, I got to take Claude Giroux from Philly because I know he's going to score some goals. He's going to be good. Kirby Dockett, maybe. I don't know. Oh, Ryan Ellis. I didn't realize Ryan Ellis went to Philly. I didn't even realize that. So, I'm going to say Maximum Courtois from Anaheim. Like, it's all Vancouver, 1 Chicago, 2 Anaheim, and a Philadelphia player. But I'm going to choose the goalie that I see is going to be good. And where is Demko? There we go, Demko. Yeah, that's mine. I'm securing that lineup right now. Oh, I have too many players. So, I'm going to have to take Miller off, take a different winger. I'm going to take, Burkett. Yeah, there we go. That's a good lineup I just picked up because, honestly, can't argue with that lineup. So, Petey's going to be out. I'm going to, I swap out players. So, I'm going to take Bo. Couturier, of course, because it's Vancouver Philly game, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go with the crazy little kid from Minnesota. There, he's just a nutcase. That guy, I do like him, but I'm gonna go with Miller on my other defense. I'm gonna have to look at the defense a little more because you just never know. I see Cam Fowler. He might score some points tonight. That's the thing I see. As I say, I'm going to do my fantasy picks right now. I'm just going to do 2 and kind of go over that with you guys. It's really it's a tricky thing. Josh Manson. There we go. 2 Anaheim, 2 Vancouver, a Minnesota, a Philly. I'm going to have to go with some utility players. So I'm going to look at some. Maybe Paul Cozen gets one. You just never know with Paul Cozen, Vasilis. And Hughes. So there's my 4 Canucks. Goalie-wise, I'm going to see who's starting in net. I'm going to go strongly with Fleury because it is New Jersey. So I'm going to go with Fleury on this. So there's those picks for that game tonight. I'm probably going to do some more after, as they say. My fantasy NFL picks are I made 7. I'm just crazy about it, but I'm guaranteeing myself some wins here. I love it. I just love sports. I don't like betting. I just like sports predictions. I like doing the picks. That's my thing. I hate giving up money, but I have to give up money to play. So, and how do you win money if you don't play, right? That's the culture of that whole aspect. Better charge up the phone here. So that's what I see. This year, I'm not going to even do my Ward's picks. Who's going to be? That's probably come December. So it is early in the season here. NFL, I did something earlier on in my podcast and my YouTube channel. Again, I'll probably do that a little further down the road here. Who's going to be the MVP and all that. So just be aware. Be patient with me. So, yeah, I'm really hyped today. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I got sports. I got pro wrestling. I got everything. It's ridiculous on how much I'm just overwhelmed by wrestling, sports. I'm just totally chaos. So, week 8 of the EPL, my predictions. I'm picking Liverpool over Watford. Wolverhampton versus Aston Villa. Aston Villa has been a pretty shocking team this year. I'm going to say why. Since they got rid of Jack Grealish, they've done pretty damn well, even with him going to Man City. I'm like, no offense to the guy, he's a pretty good player, but it's just he's now he's on that side of the spectrum of being in an upper class team. I'm gonna take Aston Villa on this. Man, you better start pulling something out of their ass because I'm getting a little pissed with them right now. Sorry about my language, people, but I'm unfiltered on this, so that's why I didn't come with one. Man U's going to win against Leicester. City's going to beat Burnley pretty... Yeah, and you know what? Actually, I'm smelling an upset. I think Burnley might actually get their first victory. I don't know why. I smell it in the water. Norwich versus Brighton. Brighton, another upset I smell right there. I do smell it. Norwich is going to walk away with that. The Canary Yellow Dudes. Southampton is favored to beat Leeds. So that's a pretty damn big surprise on that end. And then you got the Chelsea versus Brentford. Chelsea's going to win that. That's my predictions on that end. On the 17th, that's the Monday, you got Everton versus West Ham. Everton's going to win that. Newcastle is going to lose. I don't even smell an upset. Tottenham's going to beat them. That's how I see it. That's how I roll. So, as of today, Friday, there's only 3 games on the docket today. So, my Canucks are playing at 4 against the Flyers. I'm so happy they walked away with a point, a pretty big point in the first season or the first game of the season against a division rival. I'm sorry, they walked away with a point. So that broke the streak of losing in regulation. Like the Canucks have done that every season, lose the first game, not get a point. This time they broke it, and I'm happy about it. So Canucks are going to be over on the Philly Flyers. Hi, Zach McEwen, newest Flyer. I'm so disappointed on that, but it is part of what it is. It's part of the business. And then you got the Blackhawks versus the Devils. It's the Devils' first game. It's the Flyers' first game, and then even it's the Wild's first game tonight. So I'm thinking the Blackhawks are going to ruin the first game of the Devils and Jackie Hughes. I don't think he's playing tonight, so I think he's questionable. Flyers are going to get ruined by the Canucks because I think they know what they got to do. The Wild and the Ducks are going to be an entertaining game because it's just crazy with the youngsters on Anaheim right now. It's funny to watch them. Saturday's games, you got the lonely Coyotes, but the Sabres won last night. This was ridiculous. The Sabres won. Congratulations to Tyler Bertuzzi on his 4-goal performance last night. Congrats. I love watching that in his first game of the season, of a new season. He's been in Detroit for a while, but it was the first game of their season, and he scored an absolute beauty. He broke Victor Hedman and Sergachev's legs last night with that beautiful first goal deke. I loved it. Highlight of the night. Awesome. Beautiful. Gorgeous. So I'm going to say the Sabres are going to beat the crap out of the Coyotes. This is how bad the Yotes are this year. They are horrible. They're going to literally tank and get the first overall pick, which will be another useless situation on that end. It's useless. The Islanders lost, yes, but they're facing Jumbo Joe and the Panthers, and with Barkov and company and Ekblad. So I'm going to say the Islanders. It's going to be an upset tonight or Saturday night. Kraken, congrats on your first win over the Predators. As I said, the Kraken took it. They took advantage of a team that don't have their number 1 goalie anymore. So it is what it is. And they don't have Ryan Ellis. They don't have a lot of their key components because they got hit with the cap. So yeah, that kind of sucks on their end. So there you go. They're against the Blue Jackets on Saturday. I'm going to say the Kraken's going to get their second win on Saturday. Lightning versus the Capitals. This is interesting. This is going to be fun. Ovechkin, Backstrom, and Mrs. Ovechkin. Awesome commercial. Awesome commercial. OV in his natural habitat of being OV. Just a non-stop goofball. I love it. It's fantastic. I watch it every time on YouTube right now. I have to keep watching it. Oh, my jersey's falling. Okay, so I'll just... See? My buddy bought me this for Christmas last year. I love Horvat. Met him at a concert. I was drunk. And I bet he doesn't even remember that, but that's... Or he might remember it. Who knows? I probably should not show my face around Bo Horvat and his wife because, yeah, I was a pretty drunk idiot. At a Florida Georgia Line concert, people. See, now that how do you meet one of your, team hero guys, be absolutely pissed drunk at a freaking country concert and say, "You're Bo Horvat." But, that's me, being drunk and stupid. I don't usually drink, so when I do drink, if you catch me in a good mood and I'm at a concert and you're a hockey player, I'm so sorry that you got to meet my sorry ass. I'm so sorry for that, Ed. Yeah, anyways, back to the Lightning Capitals. My prediction for that, it's going to go into shootout. Unless somehow Lightning miraculously they are 1-1, but still pull something out of their freaking lightning bolt butts. I would love to say Capitals win it, so I'm going to just pick the Capitals on that end. Then you got your freaking, the Toronto time slot of 4 o'clock before anybody else slot. Toronto versus the Senators. Senators are going to be a very hot team in the East. Okay, locking up Brady Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk coming out last night after he signs his deal says he wants to be there. That's a massive, massive win. The two Pierres, Dorian and McGuire, worked on that deal for days and finally got it done. Congrats to you guys. You guys do deserve your bonuses and your raises because you locked up a cornerstone, if not the pillar of your future franchise, which to me is fantastically awesome for you guys. That I have nothing more than absolute happiness for Ottawa. Finally, this team is not going to be a laughing stock in the East. And you know what, Toronto? I hate you guys on your 4 o'clock. I'm only allowed to be on that time frame. Bullcrap. I'm going for Ottawa. Let's go. Brady Tkachuk, I don't think he's going to play until Sunday, so that's what it is. Then you got the Blackhawks versus the Penguins. Congrats again. Another congratulations to Jeff Carter for joining the 400 goal club last night. Big showing to him. 2-time Cup champion. And probably more cups on his way in his career to go to the Hall of Fame. Congrats. Rangers versus the Canadiens. Okay, I'm going to go with Greg Button and Elliot Friedman. No offense, Jake Allen is a definitely great goalie. He is. He is an awesome goalie, fantastic goalie, unbelievable goalie most of the time. You got to feel for Carey Price. Carey Price is dealing with so much issues. He's dealing with his own things. And it's really hard to watch a team that went all the way to the Cup last year and just lost out by a game. And you lose your number one goalie. You lose your number one defenseman because he's pretty much broken down and beaten the snot out of through his career. And he's taking a year off just so he can heal and get those surgeries done. Well wishes and speedy recovery to you, Shea Weber. They really do need you guys, but, I know you guys have your things to do, so take your time. And they're facing the Rangers. I smell massive upset on the Rangers front because I think what happened the last 2 games to Montreal, I think it might have been a wake-up call. No offense to the coaching staff. They tried their best. It's just on the players right now to try to formulate a plot to work together and work as well as you do as a team. You have to all be a team to win games. Sorry, my screen's all weird. Probably have to clean this thing. Makes me look weird. So, I'm going to say Canadians. They're going to win their first game on Saturday. Now, woohoo! My team's on. Yeah! Versus my sister's fiance's Red Wings. Prediction. Spoiler. This is not a spoiler. I'm going to tell you, Shannon, this is not a spoiler. My Knox win. Oh, yeah. Big time, too. Sorry, Stetcher. I love you, boy. Come back to Vancouver. I miss that Richmond kid. Great kid. So, yes, my Canucks are going to beat them. I have a funny feeling Hoglander, Podsy, and Rathbone are going to be the ultimate stars on that night. I'm just saying. That game tomorrow night. Then you got the Stars versus the Bruins. Oof. I feel sorry for the Stars, and I really do feel sorry for the Bruins. This is a pretty tough spot. But it's the Bruins' first game, so I'm going to give it up to the Beantown there, and I'm going to say they're going to win it. Carolina versus the Lonely Predators. Carolina, most likely. Blues versus the Avalanche. The Avalanche will be without their captain for, I believe, one game, as I saw on my phone here. So, again, that team is still freaking dynamite. They're still hard to beat. The Blues are going to be singing the blues in Colorado. Jets versus the Sharks. Yeah, this got to be the smasher of a game for the Jets. Like, you lost your first game, and you have a pretty damn good, solid team. I think it's time to take out a team that's pretty much under a full rebuild mode. So, yeah, it's going to be a Jet victory. Now we get to the Battle of Alberta, the Calgary versus the Edmonton. Okay. This is how I call it. Derek Ryan left Calgary to go to Edmonton. And he's doing better there. Zach Hyman left Toronto, went to Edmonton, doing better there. Even though it's the one game, doing a lot better. One game can say a lot. I'm sorry. That's how it works in this history of life. I don't see Calgary actually doing anything this year. They're going to be one of the bottom feeders in the Pacific Division, just because there are so many questions, especially on the defense and your offense. Even though you do have some of your roster there, you lost Sam Bennett, you lost, Mark Giordano on your back end, and you lost Derek Ryan. So you're looking at a pretty bad season on your front, unless you pull something out, but I doubt it. And then your last game of the night is the Wild versus the Kings. All right. I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to say the Kings surprised me last night with a lot of their up-tempo play, so they're going to win. They're going to win. That's how I see it. They're going to win that night. That's how it works. That's how it's going to be. I just can't say any more on that. That's the way life is. Now I'm going to see if I'm going to be right about my predictions on the NFL stuff. I'm pretty sure nothing's really changed. No, I'm going to keep it all the way I had it in the last podcast. Last night's Thursday Nighter game was a real freaking choke fest on that. Like, holy crap, you could strangle that game to nothing. Jalen Hurts, I'll give him up. He ran for 2 touchdowns. I'll give it to him. Brady, hey, I told you, Brady will pull it out. They're 5-1, so Brady pulled it out again. Brady, I don't think Father Time's going to catch up to him until at least the next 2 seasons. He's going to be the best. He's going to be the GOAT. He's going to be the gold standard. So last night's game was really entertaining. It was a fantastic game all around. I'll give props. But again, I was so tired. I was flipping through the channels last night because I was watching so much other stuff. And I couldn't control my controlling on that. So that's what I saw last night. So my picks are going to be stuck where they are for the time being until such time. That is what I got for tonight. Now, you got your pro wrestling. Okay, we got AEW Rampage. The first 30 minutes of Rampage is going up against the last half hour of the 2.5 hour SmackDown tonight. You got Lesnar returning to SmackDown tonight to, further along him and Roman Reigns. You got, I believe, Daniel Bryan on the, what do you call it? Gotta go to my wrestling sheets. So, I do see a lot of other stuff here that I'm not going to really just... Okay. I do not understand some of that. So, AEW Rampage. I can't see their card. Rampage card. There we go. So, Junior Dos Santos is going to be making his AEW Pro Wrestling debut in the ring tonight. The buy-in live on YouTube, so it's going to be Bobby Fish versus Lee Minority. The buy-in live will have Daniel Bryanson versus Minoru Suzuki, Ruby Soho versus The Bunny, Inner Circle versus Men of the Year, Junior Dos Santos with Dan Lambert and Jorge Masvidal, and CM Punk versus Matt Sydal. Alright, that looks pretty cool. That's pretty much what it is right now. I don't really... that's your card for that night for Rampage tonight. The only reason why Lesnar's coming back, and it is because of this whole debacle of Tony Khan and Vince McMahon slinging mud at each other right now of who's better, who's got the balls, and who's got the cojones to fight each other. My thing is, I wouldn't doubt that there is a plan in motion to somehow cross-brand every company in the next, say, 3 to 5 years from now. You're going to see WWE, Ring of Honor, Impact Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and AEW, MLW, all coming together to take on like a Dan Lambert, Don Callis, Paul Heyman kind of thing, that they're going to all run roughshod. You're going to see this like big invasion kind of angle that should probably capture a lot of people. I'm just kind of guessing what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, what I'm looking at when I'm watching all these products. And I could actually see Dan Lambert being the, he was already on Impact Wrestling. Then he was in MLW. Now he's over in AEW. So, this guy's going to make a leap into pro wrestling from MMA. He's going to move MMA guys into the pro wrestling world to just bring the sports entertainment world together. And, I could see him jumping over to New Japan and showing up there and doing something fucking crazy with all their superstars there. Because Minoru Suzuki is a former MMA star over in Japan. He's got a background in that. It's a lot of them do. That's why it's called Japanese Strong Style in that promotion. And it's entertaining. Trust me, I've watched that stuff. It's pretty hard, but if you're an avid, boxing guy, you want to sit down and watch this. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Or MMA. They stiff each other so hard. And at the end of the match, they're all like red colored, and it's crazy. But on that front, hey everybody, it's Vasily's Didn't Come With a Filter YouTube channel as well now. I was just talking about all the sports I've been watching and talking about for the last few days and all that. Now I'm going to dip into some discussions about myself. I'm actually starting to lose a lot more weight, as you guys can see. You know, I'm doing better with my weight controlling and all that other good stuff. So my doctor can't believe I drink about 8 bottles of water a day. So, you know, I'm drinking a lot. I'm drinking a lot more water. I've cut out a lot of pop. I do have like once in a while pop here and there. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe, like, and comment. It means a lot to me. You know, I'm at 300 plus subscribers. That's awesome. I'm happy about that. I would really like to turn this into like a full-time thing. But, you know, it's all about timing and how I keep producing more and more content. As I alluded to yesterday, I'm going to try this. Christmas is rolling around, so I got to keep my credit cards cleaned up here and get more equipment so I can really do this a lot better than usual. And I really want to get into the music side of things. I love playing around with like the beats and stuff. I got so much stuff. I just want to play around and see what triggers you guys as happiness and that. So, yeah, I have a full weekend of sports entertainment coming up. You know, I've been actually watching a lot of. I was watching First Take today, and a former NBA. They say great. I can't call Stephon Marbury a great. Didn't win a championship. Didn't have any scoring titles. Nothing really to his name. But he called out Stephen A. And you know. Yeah, as I say, Stephen A. I do respect as a sports analyst and sports reporter. I understand where he stood on that topic and that conversation. It was a pretty heated kind of thing for him to say things like he did. And I respect the man. I respect him for everything he said on that front. You know, he has his opinion, and that's his view of what is going on with Kyrie Irving. I respect Kyrie Irving, too, with what all he has and what he's going through right now. And, yeah, Stephen A. is right. I was hesitant to get the vaccination, too. You know, you can't always pressure people. I understand a lot of people are losing their jobs because it's their beliefs or whatever. It kind of sucks that people lose their jobs and all this other crap that goes with it. So, you know, it is what it is. My personal opinion, like on my life, as I said yesterday, I'll say it again. I missed a lot of shots through my childhood and that. I probably got my last shot was probably grade 8. Grade 8 was the last time I even got a shot. So, I haven't had any other shots except this vaccine recently. And that's, you know, saying something. I'm 34, and that was my first shot since I was, 13. So about almost 21 years since I had my last shot. So, and I've been fine. Like, I rarely get sick. So that's the kicker to me. I have this weird system in my body. Like, my doctors say it's weird how certain things react, certain things don't react, and it's all that kind of crap. It is what it is. I don't care. I have a great family life kind of thing going once in a while. That's my opinion to that. I have dumbed down on my friends a lot. Like, I don't have as many friends as I once did because, once I started realizing the ones that I thought were friends weren't friends, and they all just kind of treated me like crap. So, that is part of the deal in life. But I'm not going to ever just put it out there like, oh, people don't like me. I don't care. Actually, I'm really more of a homebody now. As I get older, I'm more of a homebody. I like to stay in. I like to just chill out, maybe play a video game or two, which I'm probably going to try to start doing on YouTube and Twitch. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to record myself first, see how it works. I'm gonna try to beef up my studio. I'll probably give you a little tour of my home studio. It's kind of really small. I've literally turned my entire dining room area into my own little makeshift media center / studio area. It's where I like to be. It's, try to unfilter my bedroom a little of clutter, because I'm not a pack rat, I'm not a hoarder. I just tend to do collectibles. I have a crap ton of pop vinyls. I'm into Hot Wheels, just certain Hot Wheels I like, just cars. It's not I'm not a toy collector. I can't be a toy collector. Toy collecting is so expensive, literally expensive. I know a guy who's spent quite a bit of money on stuff. Zack Ryder, aka Matt Cardona, go check out his Major Wrestling podcast and YouTube channel. The guy is insane what he has. It's insane, but it's awesome. I love watching that. It is so enjoyable. That's one of those YouTube channels that I watch. I watch, Watch Mojo. I watch Top Shelf Hockey. I do love watching You Shoot Wrestling from Kayfabe commentaries there. Sean Oliver's. Oh, I love it just because it's funny. Use a hoe and a dick bag game. Dick bag game and hoe bag is awesome. I love it. I just love it. It's funny. I know he hasn't done a lot recently because of COVID, but I enjoy it. It's funny as hell. Especially with Jimmy Cornette. I love that guy. He's a crazy bastard. I love it. So, as I see, I do listen, I watch Rocked a lot. I respect that guy a lot on his stuff because he really helps me find new music every day. I just go over on what I watch. I do grunge. I like grunge channel. Wrestling Inc. Daily I do watch. Chris Van Vliet, I watch him. He follows me on Twitter. Thank you very much, my friend. That's awesome. I love that. As I say, I have a lot of Element Games I watch a lot because I like how he does his mods, his game mods. Everything I don't really do too much. I watch AEW wrestling on here, their Dark and Dark Elevation, Criminally Listed, Top 5s, Unknowns, and all that. It's just, to me, I am so vastly entertained by all this kind of stuff. I just love watching. TV gets to me once in a while because it's so much crap that has been recycled and reused, and it's nothing new to me anymore. So that's how I work at it. Again, with my life being the way it is, this is a bit of a mini vlog of a little more in depth on me. I like doing this. It's very therapeutic for me. I don't know why. It must be just something. I got so much crap going on in my head. I tend to overthink or overanalyze things, and I just generally don't care. I should care a little. I do actually care on a few things, but I'm not going to even bring that up because that's my business. It is very, very personal business to me, and I'm not going to let that out because that's just a notion to that. I just really, really want to put things to the side of things and just keep doing this. I know my dad, for us running the family business together, I don't know if we're going to keep running it for another 4 or 5 years. He's just got to a point with his health, his age. He's 71, turning 72 next year, at the beginning of next year in February. And, it's just me and him working here. It's time for a change. It's time for a new challenge for me. As I say, this is why I'm trying this out. Hopefully I can make this do this full time in the next coming years, just kind of get out of the workforce. That's what I want to do now. It's, I've been working since I was 12, And trust me, I did not do chores when I was working, when I was younger. It wasn't chores. I was actually getting paid to do somebody else's job because somebody was so freaking drunk. I'm not, as I said, alluded to earlier, like, I'm not very big on alcohol. Yeah, I buy it for one reason. It's called a psychological thing for me. I look at that stuff as a constant reminder of what I don't want to be. I don't want to become. I only drink for my dad on Christmas and New Year's. We barely drink at all. And I mean barely. When I say barely, I mean like, I have bottles that are unopened for about 6-7 years. I have 5-6 bottles of red wine in my fridge that I haven't even opened. I don't drink. That I've been physically, emotionally, mentally abused by that crap by people. And that's my biggest takeaway. That's why, yeah, I'll buy it, but I'll buy it to remind myself that is not the person I'm going to be. It is a situation inside me, as I say, with a psyche of, it reminds me of all the bad shit. Everything that has happened to me and where I am today. Like, I am a lot happier away from the situation I was in when I was younger. Yeah, you guys can see I busted my lip when I was younger. Okay, I busted it. No, nobody hit me, but I did. I busted it on the new gym floor when I was in grade 9 in Alberta. Told a buddy of mine who was running next to me, I was like, you bleeding? He's like, no, you're bleeding. We had an argument on that. And I busted my lip wide open. Blood just pouring down. Like, we had gym strip, like this color, blue. It was a nice blue one. I had nice blue freaking Nike shorts that they gave us. And I just bled right down to the... I bled all over the new gym floor, actually. There's probably spots there of my blood. Who knows? Maybe they got it out. I don't know, but it was funny as hell that day. So, again, back to the... I don't drink. Like, yeah, I drank because my sister and I were having a fun time at a... You know, it was the first concert. It was like one of my first concerts in a very long time. I went to the Up in Smoke concert. I don't think anybody really remembers that one because everybody was so freaking high. I just got high off the fumes. In Kamloops, I got high. Just the fumes. Just the smoke itself got me freaking head high. I got a second-hand high, man. That is awesome. That was a cheap high for that night. But I don't really drink. I just can't do it. It's not part of me. I have, as I say, like, as I sound, I'm very depressed about all that. When I see people get behind the wheel and say, oh, I can drive. Okay, yeah, I've done it too. I've done it myself, driving high and driving drunk home. Surprisingly enough, I didn't crash. I didn't crash into anybody because we're at the point where where I'm living right now, there wasn't as much traffic as it is today. I actually fell asleep behind the wheel, and somebody was following me from my buddy where he used to work at a strip club. He had his friend follow me all the way home. I passed out. I don't even know how I passed. I was driving, passed out. I don't know how physically possible that can be, but I did. And he had me on, I don't even know where he is anymore. I wish I had the footage. It was amazing. Because I felt he was watching me, and I fell asleep at the wheel. Green light, and I drove, and I fell asleep again. Didn't realize it was red and green. I just kind of fell asleep. Surprisingly, the only times I've actually come near death is that when I'm stone cold sober, but that's because of bad weather. So I'm not gonna I don't advocate for people to drive drunk or drink and drive high. It's bullshit. Don't do it. It's stupid. And trust me, I know a lot of people who've lost their licenses for drunk driving, and it's cost them more than 15 grand. In some cases, it's cost them about 30, 40 grand just to get everything back into shape and normal. Like, they had to do about 8-9 different courses just to get their license back, their life back, their cars back, their insurance back. It costs them a lot of money, and it's not worth it. That's why, as I alluded to, I don't drink. It's a mental thing for me. But yeah, as I say, I dive a little each day. I'll dive a little deeper into me. The smoking weed part, like, I've had my own demons all my life, so that's I still do to this day. They're mostly brought on by me. Like, I'll say about 70%, 80% were brought on by me, and about 20 to 30% was brought on by others. And that's how I see it. I do accept my responsibilities for my own actions and my stupidity in my life. That's my mistakes. Life is full of mistakes. Here's the one thing, grade 5, 6, like, I had this guy for grade 5 and 6 in elementary school, and he told me the greatest thing he's ever told me, and the only thing I'll ever, like, literally take to my grave with, is that life is a giant school. You never stop learning. You always continue learning. You always will learn more and more about yourself and about life. You'll never graduate life. Trust me, you'll never graduate. Life, the only way you graduate is when you pass away. That's a sign that you passed on. That means you passed life. You graduated. That's what I see it as. And a lot of people ask me, well, would I ever be sad if somebody died in my family? I've been sad. I think there's only been 2 people that I've actually cried about dying, and that was my late uncle Mike, and my dad nearly dying 3 times this year. And that gave me more of a wake-up call when my dad died 3 times this year. Was nearly died. Well, he did die. He's the only person I know got rejected from heaven 3 times. Apparently, he didn't have the right identifications and right paperwork. Apparently, Heaven's Gates got a lot of money. But no, I just it made me really, really, really look at my life and how heavy I was, and that's why I'm working more towards healthier lifestyles. And eating better, I know I smoke here and there and that shit, and those little cancer sticks are really fucking hard to beat. Okay, it's kind of like hard drugs, really hard to beat. If you only have the willpower, you can beat it. I know I have the willpower to beat it. Okay, I've had some addiction problems too. I'm not gonna say any more on that end. But there's only been a few people that I've actually cried that died. And one was my Uncle Mike, and when my dad had his heart attacks this year. I think that's the only time anybody's ever seen me cry. And I don't cry. I've taught myself crying, it's not for weak people or whatever. No, it's not for wimps. I just bury my emotions. That's my thing. I bury the crap out of myself. I generally don't care. I don't tell anybody about my health problems, my health issues. Not even in my family. I just keep all that shit to myself. That's kind of how I live my life. But again, if you like what you hear,
hey everybody, come Monday, I'm going to do a full recap of
EPL,
NFL, NHL,
like, and comment.
Sports.
I appreciate it,
and I will
talk to you guys all on Monday.
Prediction on the Monday Nighter. I will discuss more on my
weekend.
vlog or on my page, on my YouTube page channel of life and my life going forward.